In this video, I'll be letting Pinterest pick every single book I'll be reading this fall. But hey, no pressure, right? Now, I'm not gonna give it all the reins like last time. No, there will be rules this time, and I feel like that's gonna make it better. Rule number 1, I'm gonna type in an aesthetic I'm looking for. So think moody castle, dark forest, questionable looking alleyway. Then we're gonna let Pinterest do its thing. Rule number 2, I'll pick a picture at random and then try to find a book that matches that vibe. So if we find a picture of a dark moody castle, I'll try to look for a book in the dark academia genre. You get it. Also, is this angle as weird for you as it is for me? And rule number 3, for the last book, we'll pick one of my boards at random, pick a picture at random, because why not expose myself on this fine Sunday evening, if you're watching on time. If you're not, what is wrong with you? How many times do I have to threaten you? How many times? I'm not gonna get away with this anymore. Somebody's gonna report me. Like and subscribe. I'm sorry. You make me do this. We'll rinse and repeat 5 times, so we're picking 5 books in total that I have to read this fall. And hopefully, this doesn't put me in a reading slump. Ready to play? Now, because it's finally fall and because I'm a mood reader, I feel like we need something that's gonna match the vibe. So something dark, cold, maybe even a little uncanny. But I'm thinking not just horror or mystery, but also something with space odyssey, time travel, something like that. For some reason, I always associate the fall season with science fiction, so we need to slip that in there somehow. But also fantasy maybe? I feel like I could go for a really good fantasy right now, but can I be honest? Can I be honest? Is this a safe space? Have I created a safe space on the internet? I haven't really been in the mood for romance lately. Oh, I know. This is my first time in my life I've felt this way, and I'm talking at all. I don't even want a little bit. Now, what does that say about me? I don't know, and I fear we don't have enough time to self-diagnose me and figure out what's going on there, but with that in mind, I kind of want to steer clear of that genre, but I'm not completely unreasonable. I understand that there is a lot of genre bending, which is why I brought up fantasy. I know fantasy and romance kind of go hand in hand these days, so I don't mind if romance is a subplot. I just don't want it to be the main thing. But enough disclosures, let's start picking some books. For the first prompt, we're going for the seasonal jugular, and I'm gonna put in dark academia aesthetic because I'm not playing around here. You see the nails. I'm about this life. I'm about this autumnal life. So we gotta put that in here. Dark academia aesthetic. Yeah. And then we're gonna pick something at random. Here. Ooh, this is interesting. I did not expect this one. Okay, so in this picture, we have a bunch of friends around some coffee. It's dark, it's moody. Maybe they're college students. They're not like the other girls. They seem like the people who are like pick me adjacent. They feel like the main characters in their lives, and it's a group of people. So we need to find a book that has this dark academia aesthetic, but has multiple cast or characters, and maybe they're in college. I'm getting college vibes. What are you getting? I feel like I'm right. Because I feel like that's the only way you have this many people in a group setting. As adults, it's either college or maybe they're coworkers. So let's find something that matches this vibe. I feel like this isn't gonna be too hard. Let's see here. Ooh. I think we've got a winner. Okay, this first sentence got me. It says, I decided that Orion Lake needed to die after the second time he saved my life. Does that not scream academia? Does that not scream dark academia? Plus, I picked this book in particular because I remember when I got this from Barnes, I remember it vividly because on the placard card, it said, if Harry Potter was more like Wednesday Addams. Is that not perfect? The academic setting is there. She probably has friends that she doesn't really want, so the communal aspect is there. Maybe they share coffee, maybe they don't. I don't know. I haven't read it yet, obviously. And from my understanding, this book is about a girl who goes to a magical school and she's trying to survive it without killing anyone because apparently she comes from dark magic, and so that's what everyone expects from her. But she's not going to give them the satisfaction. She wants to be on her best behavior. But this academic rival, Orion Lake, I hope I'm saying his name right. Who knows? Orion Lake is the school's golden boy. So everyone loves him except for her. And I want to know why. Now with prompt number 2, we don't have to be so on the nose. Let's let Pinterest do its thing. So I think I'm just going to put in like fall aesthetic, and then we'll just pick something random. It can literally be anything associated with fall. I just want something that has that dark, cold, uncanny vibe. Fall aesthetic. Can I tell you something? I never know how to spell aesthetic. Never. It's always wrong. So I'm glad that it comes up immediately. Fun fact for you. Now we're gonna pick something at random. 1, 2, 3, stop. Baking! Baking! This is cool. I did not expect that. I did not expect this. Okay, it looks like This girl, she's in a cozy sweater. So something cozy fiction. Maybe it's romance adjacent. And she's baking something. She's baking something. Oh, this is tough. Let me think. Okay, I don't think I have a book that matches this vibe perfectly. However, it reminds me of the synopsis of Legends and Lattes, and I don't have the physical book, unfortunately. It's apparently a low-stakes fantasy about this orc barbarian named Viv, who is retiring from a life of crime or a life of violence and creating a coffee shop in a world where coffee doesn't exist or it's unknown. It's supposed to follow her journey with opening a small business and the difficulties that come with that, her newfound family and friends who understand this new peaceful life she's trying to live, and watching her grow. And apparently it mixes the things that we love about fantasy alongside the real life struggles of creating a business and living a calm, cozy life after a life of chaos. So I feel like it pretty much matches perfectly. Not to brag, but I feel like this is going pretty well so far. I'm excited to read both of these books. Now with our third prompt, I'm thinking I want something uncanny, something Tim Burton adjacent, or something very similar to T. Kingfisher. I love how she writes about the forest and nature and how she makes it seem very uncanny, very eerie. So I think I want a book that matches that vibe. I just don't know what to type in to get an aesthetic like that. Maybe dark forest. I feel like that would be good. Dark forest. Yeah, forest aesthetic. I feel like every time you put aesthetic, you always get a good option. Let's try that. Ooh. Okay, I know I wasn't supposed to look, but immediately it gave me some crazy dark pictures. Okay, we're just gonna close our eyes and pick at random. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My favorite number is 8. So we'll stop here. Girl, it's a commercial. Hold up. I'm gonna say it stopped here. Give us nothing. It's giving us literally nothing. Okay, let's think. Put on our creative caps here. It's the forest floor. It's dewy. It's moist. What are we looking at here? I feel like this literally is just T. Kingfisher. And with that in mind, that means we just have to find one of her books that I haven't read yet. Which leads us to right here. Nettle and Bone. Now I'm pretty confident that T. Kingfisher is going to give us those vibes that we're looking for, because we did read What Feasts at Night, or What Moves the Dead, I'm sorry. What Feasts at Night is the second book to that book, and it's a Edgar Allan Poe poem retelling, and it gave the eerie, uncanny vibes that I was looking for. So I'm just hoping and believing in her that she's going to put that same energy in Nettle and Bone. But let's read the back. It says, Mara, a shy convent-raised third-born daughter, is relieved not to be married off for the sake of her parents' throne, but her older sister wasn't so fortunate. Yikes. And her royal husband is as abusive as he is powerful. Double yikes. From the safety of the convent, Mara wonders who will come to her sister's rescue. After years of watching their families and kingdoms pretend all is well, Mara realizes if any hero is coming, it will have to be Mara herself. If Mara can complete 3 impossible tasks, a witch will grant her the tools she needs. But as in the way in stories of princes and the impossible, these tasks are only the beginning of Mara's strange and enchanting journey to save her sister and topple a throne. That sounds so good. And the top says, this isn't the kind of fairy tale where the princess marries a prince. It's the one where she kills him. I like that. I like what you're selling, T. Kingfisher. All right, 3 down and 2 to go. And remember, this is our last book where we're just picking something random on Pinterest, and the final book is going to be from one of my boards. Now, because this is the last one that we're letting Pinterest pick, I think we need to add that Space Odyssey vibe that we're looking for, that science fiction vibe that we were looking for. So I need to put something in that will give me pictures that will prompt that. What can I do? I'm thinking, I feel like this is a hard one to pinpoint, because what do I put in? Space aesthetic? You know what I mean? Astronaut? I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is maybe we'll try Space Odyssey. I feel like that could give us multiple different point of views about space, maybe. I don't know. I'm really reaching here. Let me see. Space Odyssey. Not A. O. Okay. I hate not being able to look at it. Okay. We'll just do 3 little turns here. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, come on now. Does this not give Red Rising? Does this not give Red Rising? Maybe I was looking for an excuse to read the 4th book. I don't know. Is it me? Was it really random? Let's just look at something on the science fiction shelf, just because maybe there are some other options besides Red Rising. Let me see. But this is a good one. I'm not gonna lie, this one's pretty good. I'm excited. All right, let's see here. We have a city on Mars. Maybe. Wait, we actually have a lot of good options here. We could do The Ministry of Time. We could do The Martian. Ready Player One, A City on Mars. Recursion. Oh, okay. I think I'm in between these two. The Martian and Recursion. Now, you know I like Blake Crouch because we read Dark Matter at the beginning of this year and it was one of my favorite books from the year. And he does science fiction very, very well. Or we can read The Martian, and this is by Andy Weir. He's also the same author who wrote Hail Mary, and I loved that book last year. I think it was one of my best books from the year. I believe it was the best book or like the second best book. So we know both of these authors are incredible. Which one? Oh, okay. I think we're gonna go with Recursion only because after I read Dark Matter and absolutely raved about it, every single person in my comments was telling me I need to read Recursion because it's just as good, if not better, than Dark Matter. And I've been chasing that sci-fi high since reading Dark Matter. Now, of course, we are not talking about Red Rising. Red Rising is not in that category. It's in a category of its own. It is top 2, not 2. But still, I want to read more Blake Crouch, and I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to do so. This is a tale about time, memory, and identity in a world where a pathogen is sweeping across the nations, and it's affecting the victims in a catastrophic way. The victims are being plagued by memories of a life they've never lived, and they're quickly realizing it's actually no pathogen at all. It's actually the trickle-down effects of a new discovery that can affect way more than the victims and their minds, but instead the fabric of time itself. Now, Detective Barry Sutton and neuroscientist Helena Smith are closing in on the truth, and they have to work together to stop this unknown discovery before it ends the world. Naturally. I'm excited for this one. Now we're on our final book selection, and I'm thinking because we have to pick from one of my personal boards, I think that my wallpaper board would be perfect because I have something for every season, and I think it would be really cool for our last and final book that we pick something that doesn't necessarily fit the fall aesthetic, just so that I have a little bit of variety. So let's look at my board. Don't look at these other ones we about to peruse by. I don't know what's in there. Y'all need to know me like that. Let's see. All right, as you can see, I've been very into collages lately. I feel like these are so cute to have as your background, but that's not what we're looking for right now. Oh, the light just died. Sorry about that. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3. We literally said nothing for fall, and I picked a fall wallpaper. You can't cheat the system. We have rules for a reason. All right, maybe we can do a thriller or horror though, because as of right now, all we have is sci-fi and like fantasy and dark academia. So I feel like if we rounded this out with a thriller, that would be pretty good. I actually think I have the perfect book for this. It is called Such Sharp Teeth, and this is a book by Rachel Harrison. This is actually a book that I recommended to my book club this month. However, they didn't pick this one. They actually picked a different book. They picked the Thursday Murder Club, so can't win them all. But this book is about Rory Morrison. Now, Rory Morrison is moving back to her hometown, and she's not all that happy about it, but she knows that it's only temporary because she's there to support her twin sister, who is currently pregnant and has absolutely no support. Now, while she's there, she goes out one night and she's like, you know what? I just need to blow off some steam. And then she runs into an old almost flame. She tries to flee that situation and she drives back home. When she drives home, she hits a very large animal. And when she goes out to see what happened to this animal, she is attacked. Miraculously, she's okay. But when she comes to, she realizes she's a little different. She's looking a little different. She's feeling a little different. Suddenly, she's extremely strong. She has an aversion to silver. And the moon feels like it's calling her, if you see where I'm going with this. She notices that she's changing into someone else or something else. Maybe even a monster. It's supposed to be dark, funny, and love story adjacent, which sounds like the perfect addition to our TBR, if I do say so myself. Now, I gotta be honest, Pinterest kind of killed it this time. I feel like every single one of these books that we picked are gonna be incredible or super fun to read. So I'm very excited to read this fall. Let me know in the comments which book you're most excited for me to read. I think for me, I'm probably most excited to read A Deadly Education or Recursion just because Blake Crouch. But let me know what you want me to read, what you're reading this fall, and make sure, as always, you continue to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.